Another day, another video, another thought. I'm out in the sun, as you can see. Hehe. So I had a thought about friendships and relationships. So, for example, my example is that I am in a relationship, not in a relationship, but I am in contact with some friends that I have been in a relationship with for many years, but now I feel like everything is not as it was before. So I cut ties with most of them because this is how I see relationships, and you can tell me if you perceive the relationship is the same as I do. I perceive relationships as a two-way street, and for example, I have my needs and the other friend or the other person in the relationship has their needs. If my needs are satisfied and their needs are satisfied, the relationship can work. Or approximately, it doesn't have to be precisely like exactly like all of your needs are needs, but the needs in the relationship. If the needs are not met in the relationship, then the relationship doesn't work, right? One of the example is one of my friends. He likes to hang out. A male friend. He likes to hang out with many people, and not to be alone, and to mingle a lot, and to be here and there. And he was looking for a lot of relationships, and what I'm looking for is more of a deep, meaningful relationship. And to be able to achieve that, you cannot really have many friends because you need time and energy to put in the relationship. So that's how I feel like I never communicate this with him. I think it's always important to communicate with the other person, and that's my fault. I mean, that's the mistake I made. So I think the best thing is communicating with that person. If you want to make it work, or maybe do you have to communicate with everyone about how you feel or how you think? I don't think so. If you want to work on these things, you can communicate about them and express how you feel. If not, it's okay not to communicate, right? And just to cut the relationship down. How do I look on this? Yeah. I don't even know how I look because of the sun. So, if my needs are not met and his needs are not met, then there is no need for the relationship at the moment. We can spend time less together, right? Can you hear the kids yelling? We can spend time less together, and maybe barely see each other and not see each other at all, which doesn't mean it's the end of the relationship forever. Maybe at some other point in life we will get closer again, or we will not drift apart. We will be closer again. We will form a who knows. Life is weird and comes and goes up and down. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share. How about you guys? Do you have any examples of being in relationships you don't want to be, and why do you think that is the case? And would you like to continue working on being in that relationship? Yeah, another example that I can share is, damn, it's kind of weird, I was talking about the weather in the other video. Here, click on the link to watch the video. I'm kidding, I don't know if I'm gonna put the link. This sun is, bro, it's like 31st of October, right? And the sun is too hot for this day. It's too hot. It's kind of weird. It's weird. And I'm in the sun like for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's getting hard to be in the sun. The sun is, how do you say that? Is it strong, the right word? Yeah, so that's one of the example. Another example that I want to share is a relationship with a long-term relationship with an old friend from primary school, and another friend from high school. And I communicated, maybe not fully, with my primary school friend, how I feel and everything, and I put myself out there. And I don't know if he's willing to continue the relationship or not. I think it's good to communicate, the way I communicate about things. So here I am talking about relationships. It's funny talking about relationships on making a video on a camera. Life is weird. I told you about that in another video. Click here to watch. It's just funny how, like, I have this need to talk to someone, and I'm talking to a camera right now, and it's kind of weird, talk about life all the time. But yeah, my old friend, my old primary school friend, we have been in a relationship, but it sounds like we are like in a romantic relationship. Not we have been good friends, and we have played video games together and played sports before, but we were never that close. And what I found out recently is that his perception of relationship, his needs for a relationship, like a friend relationship, friend relationship, is that he doesn't care much about that. He cares more about him, and he doesn't care about these kind of relationships. For him, doesn't matter. Like, he's not looking for a deep, meaningful relationship with a friend. He has, his own family, and I think that's enough for him. But I don't know if he knows how to express this. Oh, a bag landed on my pants. But I told him how I feel about things. This is what I shared with him. So I'm sharing like an example, maybe, and you can like reflect and see if that resonates with you. What did I say? I said, like, whenever I go, like whenever I meet him, he always tells me, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you, why didn't you get married? Why didn't you get an apartment? Why didn't you buy an apartment? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do blah blah? And sometimes he would encourage me. I appreciate that about him. But I think getting criticized in a constructive way is really good, especially by your friends. And sometimes they have to tell you, hey bro, what you're doing is like completely wrong. It's good to have friends, But I'm in a point in life where I need less of that criticism and more of support. And I expressed myself telling him, like, whenever we meet each other, after I come back home, I feel drained every time. And I contemplated on this, and I was putting myself responsible first. And is it because of me? This is like how I approach things. I always think about, is it what I have in control? Is it about me? How can I make things better? Is it, so that's how I always approach things. And like many times after seeing him, I would feel drained. And then I was asking myself, is it because of me? Is it because something that I need to work on? And it is part of that. But after a while, every time, and then I realize it's me and him. It's like both of us. It's our relationship. It's not only him or me. And then I expressed how I feel every time. I told him every time we meet each other after that, I feel drained or exhausted. And I feel like every time we meet each other, you criticize me or tell me, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that? Blah, 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 blah. But I didn't tell him my needs. I didn't express my needs. So I think a good way to communicate with people about this is using non-violent communication by Marshall. I'm sorry but I'm not pronouncing his Marshall Rosenberg. Like, I think it's good to to say a sentence like this. But you can only work with people who are close with you. And I care about deep and meaningful relationship. That's one of the reasons. Like, maybe the good way to express this in my case is when I meet you, you criticize me, and I feel bad or judge or hurt. I wish you don't criticize me. I have a need to be supported right now, and I wish you don't judge me. I wish you don't judge me next time we see each other and support me more. So you tell them, you accept the feeling and your need, and express how you feel, and you let them know how they can work on this and give them an option to choose, and then they choose. You don't force them and tell them, and not yell, and be calm. And I think this is one of the best ways to communicate with people about, you just I think a person has to be wise to choose who he or she can talk about these needs and feelings and communicate further, and who, where to put his or her energy. So that's it. I hope, I share something meaningful or something you can reflect on. Less of a jokey video today. So yeah, that's it. What about you guys? Please let me know in the comments below about your experience. How do you handle these kind of things in your life? And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Peace out. Gotta go. Bye.